Hello, my name is Jaden Jenkins, and today I will be making my presentation about Western governments taking control and trying to colonize Latin America. So one of the main questions that comes to mind is why? Why did Western civilizations decide to take control of Latin America? And the reason for this is one of their goals was increasing the speed of shipping of commerce across the Americas as business sought to import and export goods more efficiently. The goal was also increased security. Many American officials believed that a canal would speed the Navy from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. Also, many American policymakers believed that they could control outer-lying regions of the globe through economic means. America's economic domination meant that the U.S. states could indirectly control the internal affairs of other sovereignty nations without resorting to colonial administration or military action. And also, how? How did they do so? How did they take control of the natives there in Latin America? And this is through expansive and imperialist the U.S. foreign policy combined with new economic prospects led to increased U.S. intervention in Latin America from 1898 to the early 1930s. Continued activities lasted all the way until the 20th century. Another question you might have is, what were the effects on the natives? The Latin American natives that were there before. What were the effects? During the European colonization of the Western Hemisphere, most of the natives' population died. This is known to be the Columbian Exchange. Diseases such as smallpox with no immunity. The size of the indigenous populations has been studied in the modern era by historians, but Dominic Ferrer Bartolome de las Casas raised the alarm in the earliest days of Spanish settlement in the Caribbean in a short account of the destruction of the Indians. The final question, how did the native Latin American people respond or rebel against this colonization? How did the native people resist colonization in Latin America? Native Americans resisted the efforts of the European to gain more land and control during the colonial period, but they struggled to do it so against a sea of problems, including the new diseases, the slave trades, and an ever-growing European population. They resisted efforts of the Europeans to gain more of their land and control through both warfare and diplomacy. The Peninsular War with France, which resulted from the Napoleonic occupation of Spain, caused Spanish Creoles in Spanish America to question their allegiance to Spain, stroking independent movements that accumulated in various Spanish American wars of independence 1808 to 1833, which were the primarily fought between the opposing groups of colonists, being like Spain, Spanish forces, Britain forces, and only secondarily against Spanish forces. At the same time, the Portuguese monarchy fled to Brazil during the French invasion of Portugal. After the royal court returned to Lisbon, the Prince Regent, Pedro, renamed in Brazil, and in 1822 successfully declared himself emperor of a newly independent Brazilian empire. So that was one of the biggest acts of rebellion. Thank you, everybody out there, my wide audience, for watching this video. See you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe.